What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay, aka Pumpkinhead, coming at you from my bro's house. But the reason for this video today is I got some good news. So, without really any ado, I am going to be camp hosting in the Oregon Deschutes National Forest campgrounds, just over by Bend and Lapine. I'm super excited. This is an amazing opportunity because they're going to pay minimum wage, which as of July 1st here in Oregon is that side. It goes up to $12 an hour, which isn't much. But think about this. They give me a free campsite. There's water hookups. There's bathrooms on site. I'm not sure about power, but I'm not really too worried about power because I got like battery storage on board and stuff like that with solar. Which brings me to my next point. When I get up there, I'm going to be getting one more 100-watt solar panel from HQST, not Renogy. Renogy gets their panels from HQST and mark them up a few bucks. So if you want to save a few bucks, go to HQST. You can find them on Amazon. They make really good products, obviously, because Renogy wouldn't put their name on them if they didn't. I'm going up July 1st. I've got a campground that's set up there. I'm going to be in between not one, not two, three freaking lakes, guys. Three of them. And then there's another lake literally 5 minutes north of the campground I'm going to be at, in the Deschutes National Forest. And it's like the high Sierra Lakes. I think the elevation there is going to be like 4,300. So it's still up there. And it gets a little bit more colder up there than it does down here, which is going to be good because it's starting to get hot in the valley here in Eugene, Oregon. And I want to get the heck out of here before it does start getting hot. I don't have AC in my truck camper. All I have is my Max Air fan, which was a definite awesome upgrade. But I do have 200 amp hours worth of battery storage on board in my truck. I also have a 1,000-watt generator to plug into the side of my truck to charge my batteries if it's a cloudy day and things are bad. I could just run my little 1,000-watt generator and charge up my battery so I can have power for the night. You know, it shouldn't be that bad. They don't have electrical hookups at the campsites, I don't believe. They do have electrical hookups at the resort, which is about 1.5 miles away. And that's where I'll be taking my showers. Besides that, I'll be doing the hot water soap showers in my privacy tent and all that stuff at the campsite. So, that being said, you guys should come out and say hi. You know, if you want to get a hold of me, drop me a comment, hit me on Messenger, and come out and say hi. Spend a night and enjoy yourself in the beautiful, beautiful national forest here. Oregon is one of my favorite states to actually visit and live in just because of the sheer beauty of this place. Everything is green and lush, and, you know, you could taste the air. You got that sweet ocean air colliding with it right here because we're not far from the coast. And we're not far from the campground that I'm going to be hosting at. It's a 2-hour drive and from here, and it's not bad. So I'm going to be over there from July 1st until October 31st. And I do have my brother's wedding that I have to get to on the 10th. So I've got to work that out with boss and all that kind of good stuff. So, but I will be making it to that wedding. He's been my bro for over 20 years, and I'm a groomsman. Got to be there for my homie, right? And I've been watching a few videos on some YouTubers on here that have been doing the camp hosting at the Deschutes National Forest, and it looks pretty amazing. It's beautiful up there. If you haven't subscribed or followed her channel or even know who she is, I watch Chantel. She has a channel called My Basic Journey. You can also find her right up there in the search bar. Just type in My Basic Journey. She should pop up. Her name's Chantel. She's actually doing this in a minivan with the setup. That's going to be, I'm doing something pretty similar. She's got a bug net front room area. She's got the van set up here, another tent for storage, but I have a canopy. You'll see the setup when I get up there. It should be pretty decent for what I'm doing. And that way I can kind of leave camp behind with all the storage containers and stuff in my little zip-up camping thing and go into town with the truck if I need to and not have to haul all the way around. So, that's what's going to be happening. I think it's going to be an awesome journey. I hope you guys come with me on it. It's going to be cool. I'll be catching fish and hopefully be able to start eating some good fish dinners with some rice and cilantro and lemon and yeah, doing it up mountain boy style. Anyway, if you haven't yet, try, yeah, you know what? This is stupid. I'm going to have to start editing these videos because these videos are raw and then I get myself caught up like that to where I'm trying to direct my mind. So these are going to be raw videos, guys. Most of them coming from up in the mountains. I'm having issues with computer technology at the time being that doesn't want to connect to the internet. So I'm having a friend of mine, you know, upload them to the channel as we go. So if you guys start seeing erratic videos, just know that those are ones that were supposed to be coming in before the issues with the computer stuffy stuff, right? Anyway. So it should be an awesome journey. I am super excited. I'm going to have some people coming up to visit me and swinging by and all that stuff. And if you guys want to come up and just chill at the lake or do something like that, by all means, hit me up. Send me an email. I can give you my email address. It's troubledsoul79. That's plural. troubledsoul79@gmail.com. If you guys want to hit me up there, any questions, you're in the area, let me know. Because I'd love to see a bunch of my fellow van lifers and truck lifers and, you know, all you people out there that are roving nomads and aspiring to be a roving nomad as well. Come check it out. It's beautiful. On top of that, I do have a, I don't know if I mentioned, I have a 200 amp hour battery bank set up. On top of that, I was planning on getting a mini refrigerator, okay, the 12 volt style that you plug into the cigarette lighter. The problem with that is most of the cheaper versions that were like under $300 were they were crap. They would go out within weeks or months or whatever, and then you'd hear war stories about their customer service being terrible, right? So I decided to opt out and go with a different idea, which I did get the idea from YouTube. And what I have gotten is a 1,000-watt generator. Sorry, not generator, inverter. It doesn't have to be pure sine because what I'm operating on there, and it's strictly dedicated for this, is a dorm refrigerator. A little 1.7 foot cubic dorm refrigerator. You know, and what I noticed is the interior of that is actually offering just as much, if not more, space than one of the 55-quart, you know, our ARBs or the Domestics or any of those fridges that were $800,000-$900,000. I cannot, for the life of me, bring myself to pay that much money for a little small refrigerator. Granted, they're probably good quality and they got the Danfoss compressors and all that stuff, and that's fine. Okay, great, awesome. But I paid $90 for my dorm fridge, brand new from Target, and I paid $70 or $80 for the 1,000-watt actual inverter online, and that's a total cost of what, less than $200, and I have a fridge, right? Now imagine if you spent that $900 on just the fridge. And then you find out that fridge eats up more power than what you can actually store. And, well, now you're spending money buying another battery and another solar panel. Well, going this style, now I could actually go and afford to buy another battery and another solar panel without spending all that money on just the refrigerator. So now I'm able to upgrade my solar system on my truck without spending more than I really want to. And the little dorm fridges, they're great. Comes with a little freezer. This thing even comes with a little cute ice cube tray. Okay, maybe I'll do a video on this when I get up there, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out of things to film besides, you know, me fishing or walking around or cleaning up camps or something like that. And it's mostly going to be on my phone until I figure out my computer issues. So I think that going this route with the fridge setup is going to be a little bit better option. They say an inverter is responsible for just about 20% of your full power draw off your batteries if you're using something from it. Well, that inverter is going to be on constantly because the fridge is going to be on constantly. And I went with 1,000 watt because when these fridge compressors turn on, they spike out at about 600 to 700 watts when that compressor first fires up and kicks on. Then it comes back down and they run at less than 100 watts while the refrigerator is just running. And it depends on temperature and everything. Of course, they keep how cool it stays, but I just figured, hey, if it starts getting warm and the energy is not doing a good enough job, I'll just throw a blanket over the thing and give it some more insulation to help it be more, energy efficient. It doesn't have to run as much because it's got more insulation to keep it colder. So I see a lot of people doing that as well. They'll take a sleeping bag or something and drape it over their ARB cooler. They come with those cases that Velcro around the refrigerator that they want to charge you $130 for, and it's just a little insulation. You know what? I'll take a big old sleeping bag and wrap that sucker in a big sleeping bag. It'll do just as good a job, I can guarantee it. But when I started doing the math, really, the fridge and inverter setup that I have decided to choose would literally just compensate for a little more energy than one of those Dometics or something like that. And then, of course, that's because you're running the inverter. So I would rather spend a little bit more energy and be able to upgrade my solar and battery bank just to make sure that, it can have enough power, which it does. That thing runs really, really low, 100 watts most of the time, and it shuts itself off and turns on. And I did have a bout with a couple of inverters, especially the ones I bought at Walmart, the cheap Everstarts. I just wanted a cheap inverter to dedicate straight to the refrigerator. So I wasn't going nothing big or bad. So I tried 1,000-watt Everstart from Walmart. When I bought it and looked in the box, it looked like it had been returned once before. And I was like, well, maybe it was just a mess up. Well, I took it here, brought it home, plugged in the refrigerator. It was doing fine. The fan was turning off, but then it would just start turning back on and turning off and turning on and turning off. And every now and again, I get a beep from it, like the power would shut down or something. So I figured that inverter's obviously junk, and they just threw it back on the shelf. So bye-bye. Anyway, took it back. Used the money to get this one online. It had a free 2-day delivery on it from Amazon. Go Amazon, you guys rock, dude. I love it. I am a Prime member because I do order a lot of things, and sometimes I need them now. But I don't really pay too much for the Prime membership, and if I'm going to go months without it, I'll cancel it. Yeah, not a big deal. So this inverter is going to be here today. I also, instead of running my CPAP machine off of a small inverter, like a 300-watt Best Tech that I did a previous video on, just a couple of videos before this one, that is the same brand inverter I got in 1,000-watt, and it was $79.99 on Amazon. So for my CPAP, they actually, instead of buying the plug that a lot of the places will sell you for, $100, $130 for the plug that goes specific to your machine, I did find a place on Amazon that carries the specific plug for your machine if you got a CPAP that turns it into a 12-volt on its own, and it just plugs into a cigarette lighter just like that inverter did. So now I don't have the draw from that 300-watt inverter all night, putting power to my CPAP for when I'm sleeping. I don't have that draw anymore. I have just a small plug-in that's going straight to the machine itself. So now I have a 300-watt inverter. I'm probably going to keep it for a rainy day or keep it up in the front. Like say if I'm using the laptop in the front of the truck or something, I might keep it up there. I'll have the 1,000-watt one hard mounted in the back with the wiring and everything done properly, obviously. And plug the refrigerator into it. And then even if the refrigerator is running and I need to take my clippers, get a little trimmed up, you know what I mean? I could plug into that inverter and just do that real quick and life would be good. So anyway, I'm going to, in the future, be getting another 100-watt solar panel because I'm making a 200-watt solar suitcase. And it's a suitcase that I can open up and take out away from my truck and plug in the wire that I bought into the truck and put my panels out in the sun. That way my truck can be in the shade at all times, right? Kind of thinking here. So my solar panels can be out in the sun. I can be in the shade chilling or fishing or doing whatever I want to do up there. And I'm thinking about adding a third battery. I have two AGM batteries in there right now. They're both 100 amp hour, which means I can drain them down to about 50% safely. And they're AGM absorbent glass matte, which those are perfect for, if you're on a budget and you just want a good, decent solar battery or something to put in your home. Get AGM. They sell them cheap. I bought one for $150, and it was a Centennial brand, the UB10100-21, whatever they called it. And the other one was on sale at Home Depot, actually. It was a Renogy 100 watt. Same size, same amperage, same everything as the one I already have. So that being said, I don't want to mess up the matchup of, it's just different brands is what I got. But they were basically bought at the same time and used at the same time as a pair. So adding a third onto that, I'm hoping it doesn't just bring that battery back down to that level. Or I might have to stick with this, run my generator if I have to, but I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy out at the campsite that people are trying to mellow out and chill out, and all of a sudden you hear, Wah! Don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to get another 100 watt panel, and I'm going to get another battery, because I'm pretty sure that the drainage and everything, I want to be able to be out for months if I want to, and just have a fully sustainable electrical system with a dorm fridge. And they don't really use much more energy than one of those ARBs and the Dometics. They're all basically set up the same, like the cheaper ones that you get, like the Alpacool or the Cuppet or something like that. They've all got kind of the same compressor in them. So granted, it's a cheap Chinese compressor, but I've paid $90. If this thing gets me through a year, I will happily pay $90 a year to have a refrigerator in my system and be able to upgrade my solar versus having to spend all that money on just a damn fridge. Okay. Next time you guys see me, I'm going to be in the National Forest of Oregon. I hope to see some of you guys come out here and swing by and shake your boy Pumpkinhead's hand, or at least give me an air bump or something. You know what I mean? COVID, right? Yeah. Hey, I love you guys. I'm glad you guys hang out with me. I'm doing what I can do until this COVID bullshit's done, and then I'm going to be up in the mountains. So in 2 days' time, I'm going to be over in the forest, and you guys can start watching my videos about my adventures up there, and definitely hang in there with me. And if you haven't, please subscribe below and like and share my videos. That just helps me out. It helps keep my dream going, and eventually I'm hoping to become sustainable off my YouTube channel so I could bring you guys awesome videos. You know, I love doing this stuff. I've been thinking about it for a long time. My channel's up now. Let's rock it, right? Let's get it done. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, pop, microdot, whatever they used to say back in the hippie days or whatever. I just, heck out of here. Later.